Welcome. What's good, everybody? Yo, I'm your host, Jeff Taylor. And once again, you've arrived on the set of the Madjef Music Show, in case you didn't know. Yeah, I lowered my overhead view so I can look right at you. Somebody said, yo, man, you look like you be stoned out of your mind because your camera was too high or whatever. But, well, I've never been more in my right mind than I am today. Anyway, thanks for tuning into my show. I'm stoked you're here because guess what? I got a lovely guest today, Miss Carolyne Naomi. She's a guitarist, singer, songwriter. Man, very talented, very smooth. I can't wait to get on and talk to her a little bit about some music that she's creating in the Twin Cities of all places. She's a Lagos Nigerian. She's from across the pond, as they say. Anyway, welcome to the show. Before we get into that show, though, of course, you know, I always got a little bit of news bit I want to share with folks. So let me go ahead and do that right quick. I'm going to share with you the news. What news do I have, you say? Well, the news I will share with you, my friends, today is that, man, these dudes, Gamble and Huff, are celebrating 50 years of Philly soul, man. I mean, legendary producers inspired so many. Teddy Pendergrass's Groovy. Listening to this is a song of theirs. Okay, they put Teddy on a pedestal, made Teddy the man. And of course, they wrote the theme to the song of my life. The story of my life is the Soul Train song, and these guys wrote that song, as well as, you know, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. They did all those hits that those guys had. You know, so talented producers. They inspired Jam and Lewis and countless other producers, including, you know, Babyface in L.A., people like that. It's just a miraculous thing, man, and I'm feeling the love right now. Are you? Are you feeling the love? Look, Jam and Lewis are definitely in the news right now for a lot of reasons, and one of the reasons is, man, they are killing it in the news right now because they've just released this album, bro, and it's taking the world by storm, man, as they say. Is the volume 1 of the Jam and Lewis Chronicles and whatnot. Come on, man, when I say pull up on me, yeah, man, y'all better get this record. Y'all better get this record because ain't no producers producing records like these dudes. You know what I'm saying? This is the original. They've been doing this for 40 years. So Gamble and Huff for 50. These cats been at it for 40 years as friends and as music makers. So that's pretty cool. And, you know, in my neighborhood, we rock fedoras. And because of that, it's always Jam and Lewis Appreciation Day. So, having said all that, thank you so much for tuning into my little news bit. Enough about me, man. Enough about me because, you know, there's talented people aside from me. Look at this. What you know? This right here is a music video from the lovely Carolyn. She killing it, man. So smooth. And she danced better than Chris Brown. Plus, she played the guitar. What? You gotta like it. Yeah. I love it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, can I bring my guest to the show? I covered a little news, and now I want to bring my guest in here because she's here. Yeah, she is. That's her. That's the lady singing. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only.
Hi.
Carolyne Naomi. Miss Carolyne, what in the world? Thank you so much for joining me on the show today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so honored.
It is truly awesome to meet you. First of all, we've never actually met, but today is that day. We're meeting today.
Yes, virtually.
Virtual meeting. Yep. And it's all good because I think I finally figured out, you know, how to make a virtual meeting happen and not look like a complete idiot. So thank you for tuning into my show, and hopefully things were smooth enough to entertain you as my guest. So the Twin Cities from Nigeria. It ain't the first time that's happened, but I find it very interesting in your case. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What's up and where are you from? Where are you born?
Okay, I was born in Lagos, Nigeria, and I went to college, primary, secondary school, university, and also my master's degree. I had all of that in Nigeria. And when I was done with my master's program, I studied media and communication. And so I was like, okay, I checked off something on my box, even though I had always wanted to study music, but I never really did. But I was a musician by ear, had always been a musician by ear. Picked up the guitar during my undergrad days, was playing the piano when I was a kid, but dropped it off for a bit. And at some point I just said, you know what, I feel like I need to go back to the basics, what I actually love, which is music. Media and communication, yes, I do love that, but music was the main thing for me. And so I was thinking about where to study contemporary music performances, especially. And in Nigeria, they have lots of amazing music schools, but a lot of them are focused on classical music, and which is good because they give you that good background and training theoretically, and then you use that and build that to the point where you want to get to. But I just wanted to go straight to something that was not like having to go to school for 4 years again, because I'd done that already. I studied English language in my first degree. I went for my master's degree for a year and a half, and I just didn't want to have to go through school like that again. But I still wanted that, and so I decided that I was going to go for a diploma. And so my brother, who lives in Minnesota, he's been here for, let's see, I think it's over 20 years. He told me to, look around, check out schools here. And I was looking at, what's the school? I think it's in Boston. I can't remember the name.
Berkeley.
Very popular one. Berkeley, yes. So I had Berkeley staff, or, teachers and the people who help to get more students to their schools, reach out to me and say, hey, we love your style. We'd like you to come over to Berkeley and all of that. But my brother was like, well, you don't know anyone in Boston. You might as well just come to Minnesota, search for a school here. So that's what I did. And I found McNally Smith College of Music. And then I decided to go for a diploma in music performance, guitar, and voice. And so that's how I got to Minnesota, because of my brother and because of music, basically. Yeah.
Now that's quite a journey. So
Yeah.
you were influenced heavily by American music, I'm assuming. I mean, I would imagine.
Yes. Absolutely. When I was a teenager, when I started singing at church, I had people tell me, have you heard of Brandy? I'm like, yeah, I know Brandy. I knew Brandy from way back, And I would listen to Boyz II Men, Brian McKnight, a lot of R&B artists. So I was very influenced by that style. And a lot of people told me that, oh, you should listen to Brandy. You kind of have a similarity with her style, and all of that. And so I just love her from the get-go. So yeah, I've always listened to R&B music. Um, also with the African Afro-pop Afro style that I grew up listening to. Yeah. So
And here's a look that Brandy borrowed too. Brandy was rocking this look for a while too, and I've known Brandy for years, and
yes,
I saw her
yeah,
not too long ago. She had taken on this look here, and I thought that's interesting.
yep, yep.
Brandy is mature to an Afrocentric lady. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, yes.
So tell me, so how old were you when you arrived in Minnesota, and wasn't it cold for you?
It was cold. I came in. It was just 7 years ago, so it's not that long ago.
Wow, yeah.
Yes, and it was in fall, but because I, was born and raised in Lagos, where the temperature is basically around 80s and 90s, and sometimes it gets to 100. So coming to a place that had 50s and 40s at that time when I arrived in September, it was like, oh gosh, this is crazy. And then it dropped when we got to October, November, it drops to like zeros, negative,
Yeah.
1, negative 30. I was freaking out. I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on? I couldn't grasp it. My brother kept saying, make sure you leave all your summer clothes in Nigeria. Don't bring anything like that here. Make sure you get all the jackets, all the coats, everything you can find. And I did that, but it still
That's
wasn't
funny.
enough. So I had to shop here to find
Yeah.
the actual thing that I needed. Yeah. It
I
was
know,
crazy. It
and I
was
know what
terrible.
that thing you needed was. It's called a parka. It's the big.
Yep.
Otherwise, you freeze.
Winter
But
Wonderland.
that's interesting.
Exactly.
So you've played
Yeah.
guitar for how many years? How long have you been a guitar player?
I've been playing since I think it's close to 15 years now.
15
Mhm.
years.
Yes, yeah.
Awesome. And is that your main instrument for composing? Because I saw you sitting next to a keyboard earlier today. Is the guitar your
Yes.
main instrument for composing guitar?
It is. It
That's
turned out to
awesome.
be. When I was a kid, it was a keyboard because, as a child, I was just learning how to play, and that's how I grew my ears, or how I trained my ears as a child. Because I would hear melodies and go back to the keyboard and try to figure out what was being played. I didn't have a teacher at all, So, but from that, I eventually picked up the guitar, and it's just been the guitar for the most part. I also played the drums at some point, played the flute a little bit, played a little bit of bass, but the guitar is still the main one for me.
Interesting. And
Yeah.
so very talented from Lagos. So
Yeah.
Lagos, right?
Lagos.
Lagos.
Yes.
So I find it very interesting because have you ever heard of the group Kush from
Oh,
Lagos?
yes, absolutely. Kush, most definitely.
Big
Yeah.
hit record. They had a big hit record over there, right?
They did, yes.
Did you
They
check my
did. How did
bio?
you even
Because
know about them?
I produced that record.
You
Yeah,
did?
I did the Kush album.
Wait, what's your name? What's your real name?
Jeff Taylor.
Jeff Taylor. For
Check the
real?
credits. Check the credits. Yeah, listen.
Oh, I have to
So
go
when I
check
said
that.
earlier that it's not the first time it happened from Lagos to
Wow, that is
Minneapolis, the Kush
amazing.
folks came
Yeah.
and worked in my studio there. We worked in London and boy, L.A. and London and Minneapolis at my place in Minneapolis. But so
Oh my
one of the
gosh.
most unique experiences for me. So I was looking forward to this interview for a couple of reasons. One was
Yeah.
that my memory of the relationships and the friendships that I made with those folks from Lagos back in the early
Mm.
2000s when I did that in
Mhm.
1999 2000 when I did that Kush
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
It was one of the most rewarding experiences I ever had because they were
Wow.
super talented and they were humble.
So
They were very
talented.
humble. So
Yes.
there was a level of humility there that I really respected.
Yes. I know that there was a guy who was with them who would play guitar. I
That's
thought he was the
Dapo.
one who produced it. Dapo,
Dapo.
yes.
Yeah,
So I thought
songwriter.
you were Dapo. I was like, wait, he's
No,
not
no, no,
Dapo.
Dapo. Wow, Dapo and I go, listen, when I
Oh
say
my
Dapo,
gosh.
when I was the first
Are you
producer in America
serious?
that Dapo ever worked with.
Oh, wow. That is
Yes. So it was,
amazing. Oh
and
my
we're
goodness.
friends to this day. He's an awesome, one of the most humble people I ever met, and
Yes,
he's
yeah.
done amazing things. I don't know if you know, but he's written for Justin Bieber and everybody else since,
What?
yeah,
Really?
since that time. So it's been like a rocket. Oh, yes.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
I
Dapo
didn't
is
know
the
that.
man. Check my
Oh my
Instagram.
gosh.
You see him. You should connect with him because I
I
think
should
it's
check.
funny because I thought
Yeah.
he plays like you do and he loves his instruments and his stringed
He's really
instruments. And I
good.
think you guys would be a
Yes.
good match. I think you should definitely reach out to Dapo and
Yes, I have
just
to
keep
find
me in
him.
there, keep
That's
me
really
involved
amazing. Okay.
because y'all bad, man. Y'all bad. And I play a little guitar,
Thank you.
but
Okay.
yeah.
Just a
Anyway,
little bit.
I'm inspired by you, and you know what? I
Thank you.
really love this song,
Mhm.
that boss
Thank you.
joint, man. Who's on them riffing on? That's you? Trying to get
Yep,
on
that's
the.
me doing everything with the guitar, everything.
I love this
Guitar
song
and
though.
vocals, yes.
So
Mhm.
see, this makes my job real easy. This is the first on the Madjef Music Show. Either the timing between the internet is getting so good that we're actually bouncing in the same time frame
Yeah.
almost. I thought it was like milliseconds of delay. It's not happening today. This can rock right here, baby. Yes. That is Carolyne Naomi, and she's killing it with that. I love that song. So tell me, is this on the album Love and Light, or is this a different project?
Love and Lights is a single. I don't have
Okay.
any albums out yet. I plan
Okay.
to
Okay.
release an EP towards the end of the year, and so
Gotcha.
this song is going to be one of the songs on the EP. Yeah.
And who are you recording with? I mean, who are you working with in Minneapolis there?
Initially, when I first started and I released Love and Light, I was working with Savannah Street Music, Ben
Okay.
Obi,
I know Ben very
and that
well.
was for 2 years. You know him?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You do.
I know Ben very well.
Okay,
We go
so
way. I know
um,
everybody in Minneapolis, so
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I know them all. So yeah, we go. Ben and I go way back, though. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Ben and I worked together for 2 years, and the contract was over, and I was by myself for a while. And the person who produced that track is Tolu. He's also Nigerian. He's based in Dallas. We go way back. We were in a music reality TV show together,
Mm-hmm.
MTN Project Fame West Africa. We were on TV and everything. I
Wow.
was in season one, and he was in season three. But after his season, we got together, recorded something in Nigeria,
Okay.
and when we both moved to the US, he told me he was in Dallas and invited me to come to his studio, and I,
Very nice.
flew over, and he produced that and did all the vocal harmony arrangements for me. He
Wow.
did all of that. Yeah, he's
You sing
really
your own
good.
background vocals?
I do
You
every
do.
single one.
Awesome.
Yes, yeah.
And so that's awesome. I mean, so what about like independence? Are you right now? You're like an independent artist, basically.
Yes,
Don't have a deal.
correct.
Don't
Yes.
necessarily want a deal, or
Not
you
one.
good. You
I
understand?
mean, I do. I would love to have one. Especially if it's one that would go in the direction that I'm hoping
Right.
that I would want my music to go, and
Right.
if I can work with them and have that synergy and chemistry that would make the job easier,
Right.
because when you're working with someone and it's like, you guys are butting heads with ideas, it's not really a good idea. So with Tolu, he doesn't have a record deal or anything or contract. We're just friends who are working together, and we have similar music tastes, and so it's so easy for him to say, "Hey, I want you to do this. This is what I think you should do here," and I just get it. I get where he's going with the vision because
Right.
it
Right.
clicks with mine. Yeah. So if I find a deal like that with a team that I can work with, I can do that.
Sure.
That'd be amazing.
I mean, I love how you're blending your natural Afro beat with the R&B and the
Yeah.
acoustic neo soul
Yeah.
thing. That never gets old.
Yeah.
So there's always
Yeah.
lovers that want to hear that.
Yes,
There's always
absolutely.
somebody who wants to
Yeah.
hear that smooth acoustic neo soul vibe
Exactly.
like that, especially with Afro influence and so forth. You
Yes.
know what I find
True.
it most interesting about singers from Lagos and other places, other places in the world. This has always been weird to me, is that you have a very strong African accent, as you should, because you're a
Hmm.
native, and then you sing in you sing in perfect English. What is this? How does this work?
I don't know. It's the same with people who are British. Sometimes you don't really hear the accent, and then
Right,
when they talk, you're like, where did that come from?
right.
So I think it's the same. I think music has its own language, and then
Yes.
talking has its own, accent. So there's different accents and all that. Yeah.
It's funny you would say that because Idris Elba, the black actor, when I thought he
Yes,
was black and he was, I'm
I
he is
know.
black, and forgive me, but
In
I thought
all
he was
his
American black. I
movies.
thought he was from the hood
Exactly.
black, and I was like, wait a minute,
Exactly.
he's British? What you say, mate? What you say? I was like, what? That ain't
It
hood.
always shocks every single
That
person.
ain't
Yeah, but
hood
I
at
think I'd
all.
always known that he was British. Yeah.
Let's see. So what else? What else can I talk to you about? So guitars. You play electric as well? You play electric guitar as well?
I do. I have one over there. Yeah.
Nice,
It's
nice.
an Epiphone, Les Paul Epiphone guitar. I'm, learning to play solos and shred a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still getting there. I'm not really there yet, but
I
I'm
love it.
getting there.
Guitars are
Yeah.
great, and I
Thank
see
you.
in like her she's always got a
Oh,
guitar in her hand when
yes.
she performs, and
Oh, man.
that's
She's
rock stuff.
amazing.
That is really rock and
Yes.
roll. When you think about it, and
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
the way it should be. It should be rock and roll like that. You should always look
Exactly.
like you serious about
Exactly.
it and serious about your craft and so forth. Here's a little photo of the Kush folks. Here's us. This is us working in Abbey Road in
Oh,
London. We was working at the
no
Beatles studio.
way.
This is the Beatles studio.
Oh, I
It's
still follow T.Y. Billo
Do
because
you really,
she does
Ty?
awesome.
She
Yeah.
does, yeah. These guys, I tell you,
Yeah, and Lara,
they were so
Lara
much fun.
also
They were so much fun. I love those guys, Lara
cool
and Ty
thing.
and
Yes, all of them. It's
Dapper.
the third girl. I don't know where she is. I haven't seen her on social media as much as I've seen T.Y.
It's Ty. That's
What's
well,
her
that's
name?
her right there, and that's in this photo.
Yes,
Ty,
that's
she's
her.
the one that
Her.
you say you keep in touch with
Yeah.
Ty, or
I follow her.
okay, yeah,
There
she's the
was
one that's usually not in the press, but
yeah,
what is it? Emma.
Emma.
Yeah, she's
I think it's
I keep
Emma.
in touch with her
Yeah.
on like LinkedIn and stuff. She's
Okay.
not like on social media
Okay.
per se, but they're
That's
still
much.
around
Okay.
and stuff. The group
Okay.
disbanded and stuff, and like Doppel's out in
Hmm.
LA. They're still over. They're back home doing
Okay.
major things though. All of them are doing really successful things over there, so
That's
that's
really
awesome.
good.
So,
Yeah, that's
great
awesome.
people. And what you working on? You working on? You say an EP coming by the end of the year, or where can we buy? I mean,
Yes.
I want more than one song. I want to hear 7 or 8 songs that I can just put on loop and just
Yes, I have them. They're all on YouTube. I don't know how many I sent to you, maybe three, but I have about five of them
Okay.
right now. And we have others that we've recorded that are not released yet.
Okay.
So there's still more music coming for sure.
That'd be awesome.
So you're
Because,
gonna get
like I
them.
said,
Yeah.
I want to put your music on loop, and I want to burn some
Okay.
cameras and some candles in there.
Okay.
I want to
Right.
be like the vibe is on at my spot. Let's see what
Yep.
else we got going on here. So, you know what I want to talk to you about real quick is this. This blows my mind right here. You tell me what you think.
Okay. Uh,
Okay, this blows my mind.
that's
Let me tell you why.
the true African rhythm that is just in
Come on
depth.
now.
It's right in the
These are
soul,
little,
in the
this is in their
spirit, in the
blood,
bone.
okay? This is
Yep.
not a TikTok. They didn't learn the TikTok this.
Nope. Nope.
This is in the bloodline, okay?
In the blood, exactly.
Ain't that something? So I find it amazing that this is like a TikTok phenomenon because I
Yeah.
saw this years ago when I worked with Kush. So I got my
Yes.
black card a long time ago. So I witnessed people doing that years ago, and I thought, what? No American can do that. The rhythm is not there. It doesn't exist. And now you got white folks, you got
Social
colored
media makes
folks.
it exactly.
Everybody's doing that.
Yeah,
like,
the
stop,
spread
people.
of the culture. Yes,
I mean,
going
it's
all
amazing
over.
when you
It's
think
global
about it.
now.
You
Yes.
think about it, it's just a dance that you
Awesome.
grew up doing in the dirt, and now America
Yeah.
is blowing it up like that.
Yeah.
But also with
Yeah.
the producers are starting to come up too.
Yes, they
Starting
are.
to hear them
Yeah,
Afro
the
beats, and these producers are making
the
noise.
quality and all that. Yes,
Yes.
because I mean, it had a transition. There was a time when it wasn't really as great as it is now. And it wasn't just about exposure or about it, traveling to other ends of the world. It was just the quality in the video, videography quality, production quality, mixing and mastering. But over time, yes, there's been a desire, very strong hunger to ensure that the same level of excellence that you find in the R&B world, the pop world of America, of some of these countries, Africa wants to ensure that we get there even better. And so you find all these people who have been working so hard on their crafts and have produced so much that today we have Grammy award winning artists from Nigeria, like Burna Boy, Wizkid. It's awesome to see that.
It is, and just
Yeah.
spreading the culture, man, and
Yeah.
the dances, the music, the vibe, the
Yeah.
energy. There's no
Yeah.
better people. Anybody that rides in my car will tell you it's the Afrobeat channel is on my. You either with the
Oh,
Afrobeat
really?
or you're not, because that's
That's
that's the
amazing.
mood. That's the mood I'm usually in. But I
That's
think it's
good.
amazing that you're a young independent songwriter. I hope that somebody watching this show and heard some of this music will tune in, or your YouTube or whatever, and friend you up, subscribe to your page, and like you, and make something happen that puts you on a stage where they can see you in person. Speaking of which, COVID is over. There's no more COVID, so you
I
performing
know.
again. Yeah, you happy about that?
Yes, I am super elated about that. I have a few shows coming up that I'm so happy about. Yeah.
Nice. It's great that you're going to be able to get back on stage and get out there and perform with the peoples. I got some lovely pictures of you, by the way, too. Let me show you something I
do?
got here.
Oh
See,
my
I got
gosh.
spies. I have internet
Oh,
sleuths.
that one. Yeah.
I have people that can do that thing
That was
that
such a
most
cool
people can't do.
photo
on the
shoot.
internet.
Yeah. Shout out to the photographer. His name is Kelechi. He's really
What
cool.
up,
He's
Dave?
Nigerian as well.
Shout out, man.
Yeah.
That's lovely work, man. That's lovely work.
Yeah.
And the lighting is perfect, bro. So,
Yes.
what's up with this right here, though?
Oh, that's a single that I released with the guy Tolu. So Tolu is the producer who's produced pretty much some of the songs that you've heard, and he's a vocalist and an artist as well. So we have a track called Damijo. It means dance with me. Damijo is a Yoruba word, and it's amazing. We don't have a video for it, but it's on YouTube as well. The audio is out there.
Very nice. I'm gonna check it out. I'm feeling the
Yes.
music and the vibe and the energy and stuff, and I'm just
Yeah.
glad I could have a chance to get you on the show
Yeah.
and make you a part of what's the Madjef world. I'm crazy, but you know what? This is what it is. It is about me doing this little show and bringing people together and exposing people, and this is love right here. So welcome to the Madjef fold. You can now say, I know Jeff Taylor.
Yes.
All right, I know
I can
him.
say that.
It's really that simple, anyway. So glad you could come to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, could you please welcome and then say so long to the beautiful
What did you
Miss
say?
Carolyne Naomi.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Carol, for coming on to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for Miss Carolyne today. Thank you again, lovely lady. Man, I love it. This is the best part of my show. Hey, you know what? When I've had a successful show and nothing blew up, I get all warm and fuzzy. Check this out. My next guest. She's a part of this whole Jam and Lewis record I was dropping a minute ago and talking to you about. The one and only Jamesia Bennett. We go way back, and she's a singer, songwriter, entrepreneur, Grammy winner, singer. Did I say singer? I singer. This is the one and only Jamesia Bennett. I'm so stoked that she's going to take some time out from her busy life, bro, to spend a couple minutes and chop it up with me. It should be interesting. I'm looking forward to that as much as I was appreciating and looking forward to sharing this with you. Because you know what? This is in their blood, bro. Man, I love my culture. I'm trying to get back to Africa. And one of the things that I'm going to encourage people to do is this. Check this out.
Down there.
I got a friend. Her name is Toussaint Duchess. Guess what?
Experience
She does
Kenya.
experiences to Kenya. She's booking dates.
Nice.
Man, look at this. You can go to Africa. She's got it all hooked up, man. Screenshot this or something because you want to be on her tour, bro. She be getting it in. Toussaint TD Entertainment. Look, she's the real deal. Experience Kenya. The girl be out there. She's from Louisiana. She be out there walking amongst the lions and the giraffes. Dig that. Anyway, serious business, people. It's the Madjef Music Show. Oh, I gotta go. Hey, but don't forget, you will definitely want to get out to your record store right now and pick up this joint right here. Yeah. You definitely want to be in the know because Jam and Lewis is back. After 40 years, they still making music, bro. They ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere at all. Anyway, so that's the show. I gotta go. Hey, I'm so glad you could tune in. Hey, but if you want to get me on social media before I go, I should tell you where you can. You can get me here. I'm on like the Madjef Music Show here. I'm on YouTube. That's where I get a lot of views. I'm on Instagram at Madjef Music. You can support my show. I'm on Twitter. My Twitter is weak though, man. Y'all weak on Twitter. I don't know why they hate me so much on Twitter. Anyway, I got some music that I've done. You can download it. If you scan this, it'll take you right to the website where you can download these sample CDs and make them a part of your music productions. I wrote some books too because I want to share with you some knowledge that I have stored away in my brain. There's little stuff like music for business and love and how to separate those relationships and so forth and so on. They're little simple books, pennies on the dollar. I'm so glad you support the show. Gotta go. Love y'all, man. Until the next time, until we meet again.